Hello there. Welcome to the solid mechanics video lectures. In this video lectures, we will try to learn what is the relationship between the stress and strain when the body is going to be subjected to the external loads. As we know, we do have the different types of objects we have generated as for our analysis: one-dimensional objects, two-dimensional objects and three-dimensional objects. In this class, we will try to see the two-dimensional objects we have taken. That's going to be have the area, but the thickness we are considering is the constant. When the body is going to be subjected to the stresses, right, and automatically due to the external forces, the member is going to be started to deform. But the deformation we are considering within the elastic limit, and then the process, that means the numerical models we are going to be generating and for the analysis of that objects. For the time being, in this video we can see there is a objects A, B, C, D. That means the one plane figure I have taken and I made it to subject it to the external stresses. That's going to be sigma 1, sigma 2. That means two stresses are going to be, these two stresses are going to be the perpendicularly mutual to each other. Right? One is going to be acting in the x direction. The second one is going to be acting in the y direction. Due to these reasons, they are perpendicularly mutual to each other. Now what will happen? As we know, the sigma 1 is going to be the stress in the x direction, sigma 2 is going to be the stress in the y direction. So now, because of these stresses, the member is going to be subjected to the strain. There we can see one is x direction, second one is the y direction. Individually, I am going to be taking over here for our developing the mathematical model. The first I am going to be taking the sigma 1 direction. Suppose if I am going to be taking the case 1, if I am going to be taking the case 1, what we are going to be learning here, the strain developed, that means the strain due to sigma 1 stress, right? The sigma 1 I am going to be showing here, this is the stress in the one direction, that means x direction. So then what will happen here? So that I am going to be taking the same object and the loads, that means the stresses are going to be acting sigma 1. Then what will happen? It is very clear that when the stresses are going to be acting, the member is going to be start to elongating in this direction. Right? That means along the direction of the stress, the member is going to be elongating or the deforming. It means the material in the lateral directions is going to be shifting to the linear direction. So then what type of the strains are going to be developing? The first one is going to be the strain is along the direction of your member. The strain along, that means lateral, that is normally to the axis of the member. So there we can see here, that means I am going to be taking the longitudinal strain, that means along the direction of the member. That's going to be the linear strain I am going to be taking here. The linear strain. The linear strain I am going to be showing with the epsilon L. L is going to be representing your longitudinal or linear strain. That's going to be in which direction it is getting? 1. That means in x direction. That is equal to, what is the formula we do have? So that means by using the Young's modulus as well as the stress, we are going to be writing your strain equation. That's going to be sigma 1 by E. Right? We are not writing in terms of the change in the dimensions to the original dimensions. Now we have to develop the relationship between the stress and strain. Right? So that's going to be the longitudinal direction is equal to, that is strain sigma 1 by sigma, that means E Young's modulus we have taken. And similarly, and another direction there we can see, which is this direction, which is perpendicular to the or normally to the axis of this applied load, that is going to be shrinking the dimensions of this member. So that I am going to be taking a lateral strain. So how could you write the lateral strain here? Epsilon T I am going to be taking. That means transverse or lateral strain I am going to be considering, because we should not be. So then it is in which direction? That is in the second direction. That's going to be E2 is equal to. As we know, the Poisson's ratio is equal to, what is the formula we do have? That's going to be lateral strain by linear strain. So can you see here? The lateral strain by the linear strain. Now I want the lateral strain. So what is the lateral strain here? That's going to be Poisson's ratio into the linear strain. So that I am going to be taking the mu into the linear strain. What is the linear strain in terms of this one? That's going to be sigma 1 by E I am going to be taking. So these are the strains are developing due to the sigma. Now we will see here the case 2, the strain due to second stresses. Can you see that's stress sigma 2 is going to be acting in the y direction. Now I have taken alone of that one. Case 2 is going to be only the member is going to be subjected to sigma 2 only. It means that the member is going to be trying to elongate in the direction of the stresses. So I am expecting that is going to be in this direction, the elongation. It means in this direction the load is going to be, that means the area is going to be shrinking. This material is going to be distributing in the direction of your stresses. So then this is going to be your longitudinal and this will going to be your lateral. So what is the lateral strain? The first we are going to be taking the longitudinal strain or linear strain. As we know, the linear strain is equal to in the direction of the 2. That means in the y direction, that is equal to sigma 2 by E. Because we are developing the relationship between the stress as well as the strain. So then sigma 2 by E. And similarly in this direction, it's the material is going to be started to shrinking. So then that is the lateral strain is equal to, that's going to be ET1, that is in the direction of the 1, that is equal to minus mu into sigma 2 by E. As we know, the Poisson's ratio, we are introducing the relationship between the lateral strain to the linear strain. So that's going to be always the transverse, that means the lateral strain we are going to be considering the negative. So sometimes it is going to be the positive also when the material, even you are applying the load in this direction, but area will going to be start to increase in this direction. So those are going to be calling negative Poisson's ratio. Okay, so for this case we are going to be taking in the transverse direction 1 is going to be the negative, that's going to be mu in sigma 2 by E. And similarly, so in this case also E2, that is that when the load is going to be applying the sigma 1, so there also we are introducing the negative. Now by using the principle of superposition, now I will take the total strain in the x direction, total strain in the y direction. Now we are trying to see the total strain in x direction, that is equal to, that I am going to say epsilon x. The epsilon x is equal to, that's going to be the longitudinal strain because of the sigma 1 stresses, and transverse strain that is due to the sigma 2. So those equations I am going to be substituting here. That's going to be sigma 1 by E minus mu into sigma 2 by E we are going to be writing. Because the strain in this direction developed because of the sigma 1. This strain is going to be developed because of the sigma 2. And similarly in the y direction also I am going to be writing here. So the y direction, what we are going to be getting here, that's going to be epsilon y is equal to, then again that's I am writing longitudinal strain in this direction plus transverse direction because of this one. So in this one, the longitudinal strain we are going to be considering here, that is due to the stress of this sigma 2. That's going to be, we are getting sigma 2 by E. And similarly, there is a E2 is there, that is going to be a transverse or lateral strain due to the sigma 1. So that's I am going to be getting minus mu into sigma 1 by E. So this way we are going to be finding the relationship between your stress as well as the strain. In the last video we have seen the stress and strain relationship between in one-dimensional object. In the next video we will see in the three-dimensional objects when they are going to be subjected to the mutually perpendicular stresses on the member. So then what is the relationship between the stress and the strain we will see. So thank you.